really should say. Anyway, our current
The one that comes to the forefront of my mind is the bad time during my divorce. And it had been very tumultuous prior to that, and I had 3 small children. And my family, my mother and my father, asked us to come and live with them. I was having to move out of the house, and so they asked us to come and live with them. I think about the love that they extended to my children, the security they provided for the children, because they had been in a very difficult situation for a good long time.
We've survived divorce. We're very happy where we are now, but it's not a recommended strategy because you do have to go through a lot to get there. If you can work on that marriage and find a way to make it happen and stick together and make it work, that you're going to be potentially much better off. But if you do go down that divorce path, exactly what you said, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And it's not a train coming. It really is. There's a goodness at the other side. It just may take years to get there. But eventually you'll get there. And that is the hard part about it. When you're in the middle of it, you don't see that light.
In my first marriage, God was not present. We got married in a church, but God was not a resource for us. You know, we didn't call upon him. Again, everything would still have played out. You know, I'm with my soulmate, but we didn't work at it, you know, and didn't pray about it, and didn't. So a lot of lessons learned there that now apply.
I don't think it was a coincidence that I started coming to Bon Air exactly the time that I was going through my divorce. And I felt from Bon Air that there are so many different expressions of family at a time when I needed to know that. Mm-hmm. I went from having the scarlet letter on my forehead, the guilt, it wasn't real quick, but I felt a sense of acceptance, a sense of family is beautiful, and this is my family now.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, when I was growing up, as I mentioned, it's my father, my mother, and then us 5 kids. And my father served in the Navy, and so he had to go over and do a tour duty in the Philippines. And some insurgents came out of the jungle and killed him and 2 other officers when they were checking the security of the road. And so my mom was a widow, you know, with 5 kids. And so I would like to encourage maybe some of the kids that have lost their fathers, that God is faithful, even in the midst of trials that you might have with losing a father or a mother, that he will fill that role.
Coming from Africa, I mean, family is a big thing back there. Everybody is like family, and I call everybody mom, dad, and he's like, who's your dad? Who's your mom? But, you know, that's how the family is. And it's very important because we all stay together, and no matter what one person is going through, everybody gets together to deal with that problem, and then you just drop everything, you go help that person, and once it's done, you come back to what you're doing. So it's not like you never put yourself first. You always put whoever is in need first. We still fight all day long. You know, whenever you're crying, everybody's crying with you. You're laughing, they're all laughing with you.
So how do you see our culture, having had that tight-knit culture that you came from, regarding family? Do we take it for granted?
I think yes, a lot. I mean, especially here, a lot of people take it for granted. It's their immediate family. It's like my kids and my mom and dad, and that's where it stops. Their uncles and everything, they don't really consider them, and I'm like, it's hard for me not to look at them as my family. So they need to go back home and see.
I would encourage people who listen to us to understand that just because things are tough at a particular time with the blended of the family, or with the other children, or the acceptance of the second wife and second husband or whatever, they will get better if we commit ourselves to God to straighten things out for us. Because lots of times there's more than, certainly was more than Hal could handle.